session before we take a short break. And this is the technical session on designing and building tools for the electrical industry. And for this, I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Dominic Savio, General Manager, Central Process Engineering, Legrand, India. Let's welcome him, please, for this next session.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So I see a lot of familiar faces. I'm one of the consumer. I think the subject I didn't like it because designing and building mold for the electricity. I'm not going to speak about designing and building. I'm going to give some feedback. I'm one of the consumer. So I will not say one of the biggest consumer. I'm one of the consumer. See, I can see a lot of my friends already. Their hairs are become white, are making a lot of molds years and years. Obviously, I lost my hairs also. So if you know somebody around 22 years before, I was having a smart boy with a big, thick hair, but making a lot of molds birthday. But only once I forgot, after that I never forgot. Okay, now let us come into the subject. So I am representing Legrand. It's a multinational company which is based in France. Earlier, it was MDS Switchgear Limited. So they came to, you see, I'm not a good presenter, but I'm a gold maker. So still, I'll try to present it nicely. So earlier, it was MDS Switchgear in 1995. They took over MDS Switchgear over 100%. So you can see in the left-hand side, it is 25 years we completed in India. So we are proudly say that we are a global leader in digital and electrical and digital building infrastructure. We are into low voltage segment. Global presence, 90 plus countries. In India, we have manufacturing units, EI, UI, and DBI. We have 7 manufacturing locations in India. So from north to south. UI means it is user interface. User interface belongs to, like switches, sockets, MCBs, mini MCBs. This all comes into the wiring. That all wiring devices comes into UI. We call it as user interface. EI, energy interface, MCBs, MCCBs, also ACBs, everything comes into EI, like panel building, that comes in EI. And we have DBI, digital building infrastructure, USB, all this IT segment where we have rack building that comes into the DBI. And these are the locations where we have Haridwar in Uttarakhand, Rohat in Haryana, Jalgaon, Taloja, Ambad, and Sinnar, which is in Maharashtra, because the MDS switchgear was in Maharashtra and Jalgaon, which took over. Then, of course, it's obviously spread over in Maharashtra. And in Chennai, in Tamil Nadu. So these are the manufacturing locations we have. And my department is responsible for making the molds and plastic installation all for the units. I am heading the department, which is department known as Central Processing Unit. So I take care of plastic molding, mold manufacturing, all for this entire 7 units. So we have, I just would like to explain about what type of molding we do today. Normally, you know that we don't have very high cavitation. We have normally like 32 cavities is the maximum. So we have normal injection molding, cold runner, hot runners up to 16 drop. Or molding process not on vertical. This was a challenge we took 10 years back, because the overmolding vertical indexing type is very costly machine. So we want to reduce the cost of overmolding. So we done an experiment with the help of Techno Center in Limoges, and we could mold overmolding in horizontal machine, and which is running in Delhi now. We are just around 10 years it is in production. And we do IMD, which is a technology we transfer with the help of one of subcontractor in India, which is from the Spain. We transfer this technology, this in-mold decoration. We started, and with very big doubtful mind it started. You believe, we made all these IMD molds in India. It's very complicated mold. Operation, the film pass through the mold and take the impression, collect the scrap on the bottom of the machine. It was not a joke. The investment is too high, but we could do it, and the management was a bit doubtful that whether you will be successful in India. We started with one machine. Second year, we started second machine. This year, we are going to add third machine. So the business in India, it's slowly, slightly changing. People are ready to spend money. In switch industry, the electrical, architects, they are looking for new innovation in the switches. They spend a lot of money in the switches now. So we got a big business opportunity there. And our man-machine ratio is 0.6. So we 2 machines with 1 operator. And you see it's fully automated. And we got an award in the Legrand group in all over the world, one of the best molding shops that is in India. And you can come and visit, you can see that. Fully automated. And OE, overall equipment efficiency, is 85%. Zero scrap generation. That is as a roadmap for CSR. So we're using 100%, the regrinding online. It is not offline. It is online. All the machines should have the backup of grinding machine. It is collected from the mold, immediately put it on the grinder, and it is sucked by the defined ratio, which is approved by R&D. If it is a 15% allowed, the machine will not accept more than 15%. Balance will be going to the next mold. So tested, then only it is approved. Otherwise, some components, we don't use it also, because technically it's not allowed to use the regrinding. And SMED, so we change. That is one last, component to the next. First component, we take 9 minutes. You can believe it. It is because of you have made a good mold, and we could do it. So we do it in 9 minutes, but of course, we had done a lot of groundwork. We have an extra MTC near the machine in the tool room. We have an allocation on the machine. That mold will start preheating before loading. So we avoid that setting and we automatic setting, hydraulic clamping, everything is done. So we could change up to 80 ton, we can change in 9 minutes. So up to 15 minutes for the above 80 ton machine, because bigger molds, it takes little time for the startup. And we, of course, we received that award. So it's a slogan. Individually, we are one drop, but together, we are an ocean. So you may think, what is the role of this slogan here? Yes, definitely it is there. I am an individual drop. You are an individual drop, but you see what you are done in India. I made, from 2000, 1,400 molds in India. Everything made in India. Not even a single mold imported China, Taiwan, Japanese, not even a single mold. Whereas I exported 60 molds from India, which is made in India, to Turkey, to Italy, to France. 3 countries I exported the mold. So believe in yourself, you can make miracles in India. 1,400 molds are made in India. So you have listened to us, listened to the customers, we could make the miracles. And for that, just to tell history, I got an opportunity to work in Malaysia in Chinese tool room for 2 years. People ask me, why you came back from Malaysia? It was my dream to work in China tool room. So in 2000, before 1990, when I was studying, 1992 when I was studying, I heard about, they are faster. But difference we see that Indian tool makers going to Malaysia, Indian tool makers going to Thailand, Indian tool makers going to Singapore. They make in 8 weeks time, but in India that time it's a design time of 30 days. Why we cannot do it? What is the difference? So I got opportunity to study with them. When I joined, a Chinese guy directly asked me a question. He given me, that is a pager base and cover component. He asked me, Dominic, what is the time required for make a design? So I know that Indian lead time was too high. So 30 days telling is too high. So I told that I can make it 15 days. He told, your return ticket is ready for tomorrow. You can go back to India tomorrow. So that is the pressure the first day they created. So I want to survive. I don't want to come back. So he told that, Dominic, I will give you 3 days. Then I almost fainted. By looking at my face, the quality mold, and make the people understand, yes, we can do it. That is a roadmap and support what I got to make this 1,400 molds in India. So now I talk about what you have done. Now we'll see some few what we expect as an electric industry. So I speak on behalf of Legrand. So the target which I said, when I started the equipment specification, it was an A4 sheet with 8 points. The first mold I made in 2000, an A4 sheet, 8 points. Now today it's a book, More than 120, 130 points are there in that, which all collected from the workers, end users, process engineers, machine operators. So from that, it is derived, and we came to see, T1 sample should be 95% dimensionally, but aesthetically it should be 100% okay. Why? The reason is that, you will do the process correction for the flash elimination and remove the sink marks. You will power pack the mold. That will vary your dimension. What happens? Somehow you will give the component, R&D will approve it. When you go for buy-off trial, you have surprises. You will not be able to clear it. My target is that once the mold is qualified, come to the factory, 8 hours, mold should be commissioned, and production should start, and which is happening today. But I take some pain behind that. So, and that is in equipment specification it is mentioned. And first, T1 sample submission to run 1 hour. Not that mold is ready, take the components, 10 components, come by next flight, give it to R&D. No, run, stabilize the process, and you give the components to the R&D. So you will not get the surprise of the buy-off trial. Your mold is already established. Note down the problems, what you're getting it. Ask the supplier to correct it, ask the mold maker to correct it. Maybe 2 months' time, you will get the feedback, and 2 months' time, you should be able to ship the mold. Mold qualification run will be for 3 hours buy-off trials. Then common fall in single stroke. Mold will be running in maybe 2-stroke or 3-stroke, but the qualification should happen in a single stroke. This will avoid your accidents on the molds. So ensure that the single stroke, the components is falling down. And ejector pin will have free rotation will be adjusting collar's pocket depth. So this I made a lot of fight with the mold makers, why you need a free rotation. You have to ensure that, free rotation not by making the adjustment of the ejector pins. It's on the collar depth. It should move at least 30 to 40 microns up and down. Because it should have self-alignment. You will see that you will not have the ejector pin breakage. It should have self-aligned move. So that means when you rotate it, you should have a free rotation. Of course, key, if it is not there, means you put it down and see that whether your collar depth is well maintained. Molds have to be with auto cycle counter, because it is not to know that when you want to replace the mold, because we expect a life. All sliding parts should have, I started mold making in 2000, but after 5-6 years, I think 8 years, 2008, I think I started this. Steel-to-steel contact area should have a coating, which I got a very good, because always I used to face a problem of scoring mark on the psycho steel-to-steel contact area. So there I go for Balinate C or DLC coating, 100%. For angle lifter, steel-to-steel, not on the component molding area. Then coating to be provided where the glass fill RM used. Mold life expected. For non-fill RMs, 4 million shots. And I'm very proud to say that some of our friends have made a mold which is running today even after 7 million shots without any breakage. And aesthetic parts, 3 million shots, because you do the repolishing, so you will not get the life. Then abrasive filler, 2.5 million shots, because wear and tear and everything. So this is the life what we expect, and 90% cases we are getting, few cases fails. Even abrasive material, we fail sometimes 1 million, 1.5 million, we fail. Mold bases that have a hardened chrome plating, ejector pin should not be exposed partially on the parting line, because sometimes we do half parting, which is damage the other cavity side. So now this year a challenge or business offer which I am putting in front of you, this year my dream is to start or try some mold with the stack molding, which basically I don't know what is it. So I have to learn, and this is my dream for this 2023 to make a stack molding. And another this thing is I was talking to my friend, for the hot runner system for the DMC, not for BMC, if possible or not. These 2 dreams are there. Before I get retired, I would like to do it. So what is the challenges today? This is based on a few points which I made it based on the interaction last 22 years I had with the tooling industry. What I see last is maybe 5 to 8 years time, there is a deterioration in the skill and workmanship. I don't know if you agree or not. I can see that people are facing this issue. So this I am also feeling it, which is getting slightly reflected on the quality of the molds. Need mold makers having bigger capacity, because Legrand need average 100 molds in a year. So next year I look like 2023, because 2022 business is going in a good way. In some of our products, it has grown more than 60% more than the budget. So we are expecting a good growth in 2023, so my mold capacity may requirement go up. So today for electric industry, what we are looking for, at least 20 molds per month, somebody should be able to make it. Because if a company is having 10 moles capacity, he has to cater to the other customers. He should not be focused on only on one customer. So you should have capacity more number of moles. So we are seeing that failures in meeting the lead time, delay in availability of the steel and standard mold accessories, which is recently, up to 2018, I was not facing this issue. I always used to tell a story to everybody because when I had a very good experience in Malaysia, you know, that Chinese guy again was given it up because I was supposed to look after design plus purchase. You design the mold, you only provide the RFQ for the steels and get and hand over to the tool room. That's the way it works there. You know, that is Chinese New Year is going to start, so it's a full vacation there. So we plotted an RFQ for the steel, so two suppliers. They all told that we can give it after Chinese New Year, I think after 5 to 8 days. So I told that, okay, no, we don't have anybody to deliver the material. I told to my boss, this is the case. He told that, Dominic, I don't know anything. I need on the 3 days. That is that standard lead time. The 3 days, reference ground material will be there in your tool room. He told me only that he didn't speak to, he know that guy. He didn't speak to that guy. He told that you have to get it done. So I spoke to that director, the plant head of that steel supplier. It was none other, it was Asap. I forgot this guy's name. So I told him this is the issue. Otherwise, I just played a card. I told I would like to give the order to somebody else. So he told me I'll try. Morning, I spoke to him. I'd given the 3 days time. Third day, evening, in his Mercedes car, he came with a core and cavity. Can you imagine that? In his Mercedes car dicky, he came because everybody was left for vacation. It was ready, nobody's there. That has happened there. So I tell this, and that lead time we could achieve in India. 5 days we used to get it. But I'm not saying that it is a typical scenario maybe. From everywhere I'm hearing that now the steel availability is an issue which is affecting the lead time. We have to jointly work on that, how to overcome this. Otherwise it's going to be an issue. We will not be there in the global picture. And that is the reason we need to be, and also delay in root cause analysis and troubleshooting. This is a hard, because we have to, good designer is there, do the rest of the things will do the good machine. The real thing is required is the root analysis and troubleshooting and proving the mold. Some solutions, what we can work on that, improve the quality of the mold makers coming out from the tooling industry. Because we can see that now the tool makers are coming out with great expectation. They're comparing with IT. They wanted to go for easy life, easy money coming in. You don't want to, don't want to put the, want to have the oil on their hand. They look for a white collar and comes. But this is maybe sometimes a mistake from the institutions also. They give project them, they want the students, so they give, okay, you will be like this, you will be like that. So what I suggest to have a tie-up with some institutions, give some lectures, some classes, prepare their mind, this is what is tooling industry is going to be. And some people will come out from that will be the gem. Today also we get a good people, but it is very less. Otherwise, if you don't have skill, if you don't have skilled people, it's going to be a problem for the molding industry. Yeah. Today, toolmakers' salaries, yes, I think everybody will agree, it is not attractive for the new generation. It's a fact. Because I sit in the interview board, it's a fact. So we have to see that, so mold makers, mold match will see that will increase the cost. So we have to see that how to address it. And if you have to address it, don't address it, surely we are going to have. Today itself, we are facing the problem. And make the work environment little bit friendly like what IT industry is doing it. Why not? Once in a week, picnic, once in a week, games, once in a, so you make it a working environment also. For what you're working? For your family, for your personal this thing. So you have to compare that. Always you make molds and you will start wanting to enjoy your life, then you will not be able to, no more able to do it. So yours dream, India the tooling hub for the world. It should be and it has to be. Focus on skill upgradation. Be competitive without shrinking your profit. For what? We are not doing for charity. We want to make money. Legrand want to make money on selling our electrical products. Mold manufacturers wanted to make the money from by selling their product. So focus on that. Focus on reduce the lead time of steel availability. So this is again a issue. Focus on T1 sample 100% right. When I started the tooling in India, it was 7 or 8 trials. T1, 3, 4, 5, it goes on. Now today, 25% of the component T1 through. 100% we just buy out the trial. Still T2, T3, we get through. You make money if the number of trials are less. Your item lies down, it's money is lying down there. Somebody will work on that, you will be spending the money on that. First time, if you do 2 trials also is okay. You will make money, you will make profit. The number of trials happens, your pocket will be getting drained out. Believe in your strength. Surely soon India will be the world's tooling hub. Believe in your strength. You have strength. We have the capability. We can do miracles, which is proved in all the area. Look at me. I believe in my strength. I will tell a small story and finish it off. You know what was my weight just 1 year before? I don't know, some of the friends know that. Somebody could not recognize me today. I was 92 kilogram with a 120 belly. I didn't believe it. I wanted to reduce. I was not able to walk. I had a knee pain. I had a breathing difficulty. And I was a victim. I was affected by the second wave. So that is the reason my weight was gone up. I used to play shuttle, but I was not able to play even 2 drops. I was a bit afraid of my health. I used to get sleepy after lunch in the office. I used to go for purposefully walk in the shop floor. Then I thought, I wanted to, that was my target, was to reduce the weight. So what I have done, found out a lot of processes, lot of people consulted. I took one process. I took 3 weeks to convince myself to set my mind. First, my mind I prepared. 60 days, I lost my weight, 20 kilograms. Today, I'm 72 and my belly is 80. And no knee pain. I was a BP patient for last 5 years, high BP, because, if toolmaker, if you don't have BP, you are not a toolmaker. So I had a BP. BP in 2 senses. One is blood pressure, another is, in Malayalam, we say Bharya Pedi. That means you are afraid of your wife. So that is another BP. Today, I stopped taking the medicine for the pressure with the consultant of the doctor, the advice of the doctor. So, it's a mindset. What is your target? My target was to reduce the weight. Your target is one of the global, the tooling hub for the world. It should be in the world map like China. Keep the target yourself. Work on that target. Spend time on mind. It's a mind game. Surely we'll do it. And we will meet after some time saying that we are the global leader. Thank you and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, sir, for an absolutely amazing presentation and all of those wonderful insights. May I please request Mr. T.S. Gopalakrishnan to please join us up on stage, Director Marketing, Multiple Special Steel, to hand over memento. Ladies and gentlemen, would you join us in thanking sir for the absolutely wonderful presentation? Thank you, Mr. Savio. Thank you, sir.